What's going on, everybody? It's Kevin Sampson of PictureLockShow.com. I'm here with Paul O'Halloran, the director of The Hero of Ireland. Paul, welcome to the Rosebud Film Festival.
Thanks, mate. It's great to be here.
So, could you just tell the audience a little bit about your film?
Yeah, absolutely. My film, The Hero of Ireland, it's about this very young, meek boy who's ostracised by his peers because his father, his Irish father, fights in the British Army. And this was at a very this was a tricky time period in Ireland because it was like 1918. Around this time period, a lot of Irish people were very poor, so they did fight in the British Army just for money. But while they were away, there was a political revolution and there was the War of Independence. And it was quickly put down by the British. But then when these Irish soldiers came back from the war, they found just this other Ireland. And so they found themselves in this very kind of grey zone where they received no love from Britain because they're the rebel Irish, but they received no love from Ireland either because they were kind of seen as traitors, you know, they fought for the king. And so the inspiration of this film came from my great-granddad, who was one of these kind of guys, one of these grey area soldiers. So that's what my film's about. It's about this young, meek boy who never had a father. His father comes back from the war, and the boy kind of romanticizes the violence of the war. He sees the father as this like epitome of Celtic Irish identity hero. And then as the story progresses, you know, the lines between fantasy and reality begin to blur. So it's kind of like a violence begets violence kind of story. He's learning lessons of manhood from his father, but is that the right thing, you know?
Right. And so obviously from your accent, this is authentic. It's not, you didn't just, and like you said, with Rosebud, one of the things I know the festival we try to honor is deeply personal films. So can you just tell us, where did you actually shoot the film?
It couldn't have gotten more personal. I went back, so I live here now, but I'm an Irish immigrant. I went back to my hometown to film. So it was shot in Swords, County Dublin. And it was a very important film for me. So I brought on everybody who was important back in Ireland. So the little kid in the film is my nephew Mark. We used to make films together when I was around. The older man's my brother. We used to make films together. My brother did the sound. My best friend was DOP. The producer was my brother-in-law. The wardrobe was my sister. It was, wow. You know, because I made films back in Ireland, and when I moved away, it was one of the hardest things I ever did, and you know, I lost that network. You know, we were all filmmakers. My whole family, we all made films. So when I went back, it was a very deep personal film, and I wanted to shoot it in my hometown because that was symbolic too. And the parts of Dublin City that we shot in were actually the historical parts where those soldiers actually lived. Even the street that the man and his son walked down, that's the street that soldiers used to live on when they came back from the war. It was very kind of, it's just locked in history. You know, it looks like that now, it looked like that then. It never changed.
Man, that's incredible, because when I watched the film, I was thinking to myself, this does not look like America. So that is awesome. Wow, your whole family is involved in it. So you got to be proud. It's in the Rosebud Film Festival. Is it playing anywhere else? Are you doing the festival circuit right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's come to the end of its life cycle because it's played in a lot of places. I think we've had, I didn't need to count, but I think it's been about 20 festivals. So I'm really happy to get into the Rosebud Festival because I just missed the deadline last year and I couldn't believe it. So I'm really, really, really happy that I just made it this time.
That's awesome. All right, so any projects on the horizon for you?
Yeah, I'm really I'm trying to strategize about how to go about making a feature film now. So I have a screenplay, but it's an Irish comedy drama or lighthearted drama, and it's about this Irish guy who's just in the beginning of the economic recession, and he gets the opportunity to move to America, and so he has to make this choice about, does he move to kind of, you know, greener pastures, or does he stay in Ireland where he has this huge, big, close knit but crazy family. So it's very inspired by real life. Yes, very much. I mean, do what you know, right? I mean, and it's one of those big things, you know, when you come to another country as an immigrant, you become very, very aware of your identity. You know, it's very much like you suddenly realize, oh gosh, I'm not like everyone around here. And that amplifies so strongly, and you really get a sense of yourself, and you begin to question, why am I different? What makes me different? What about my culture makes me different? So I just go to town on that kind of thing when I'm making films.
But
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's like it's an exploration for me, you know, like.
Right, and I think it's awesome because as someone that hasn't even been to Ireland, you bring me into your world, so that's pretty awesome. All right, how could people reach out to you or find the film if they wanted to?
You could check us out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/The Hero of Ireland.
All right, well, congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks.